As of sunrise this morning, my brother's soul has left the house. His nefesh has left the house. This is a day and a half after the yortzeit. The yortzeit started 2 days ago. But there's a machlokas, because when he died was ben hashamashot, between the suns. Meaning he died after sunset, but before 3 stars. So we don't know how to count that day. Is it the day before or the day after sunset? I've always counted this 1 year, the day before. But there is a doubt here. And so when I came home from the cemetery yesterday, I was still observing last night and said a Kaddish after dark last night, as if the next day was his yortzeit. And then I woke up this morning, and my brother's soul is not in the house. It left at sunrise. And so that makes a day and a half. So here's my Hiddush. If somebody has a yortzeit and it's Ben Hashomashot, celebrate it for a day and a half, which is a Shelem V'Hetzi, which is the highest level. 1.5 is the highest level. And you choose how you feel which day is the whole in this. For me, it was the 21st of Shabbat, and the half day is the 22nd of Shabbat right now. But there's no doubt in my sensations that his nefesh part has left the house. There's no doubt also that I'm speaking from the Tzilul world. And that's how I'm able to sensate and feel it. Something that I recognized, I think I've said this before, but it's recognized now. In the tree of life, which are the 10 sephirots in the world of Etziliyut, and I was thinking about Etziliyut this morning, and then I realized in the tree of life, there's only one sephira that has the letter Aleph in it. Aleph from the Etziliyut name. And what is that? Well, let's go through them. Keta doesn't have it. Chokmah, no Aleph. Bina. Hesed. Gevura, no. It's Tiferet. I'm going to come back. Tiferet is the one that has the Aleph. Then Netzach, Hud, Yesod, and Malkus. And I'll even throw in Da'as. Now that you think about it, Da'as is the only one with an ayin in there, which has a verbal relationship to the Aleph. And, well, let's get back to Tiferet. Tiferet is also in the middle of the body. You know, I think I've talked about this, that I feel Tiferet is the belly button. It's the umbilical cord. It's the cord that connects you to the cosmos. Tiferet is spelled Tov, Pei, Aleph. Resh Tov. So there's a 480 on its right and a 600 on its left, and Aleph in the middle. Aleph is the exact middle of Tiferet, which is the exact middle of the tree of life. And that's your entry point. That's your entry point. You can enter through Tiferet. You don't have to go above in Keter and worry about that. You can enter through Tiferet. In the gut, so to speak. Something about, and what are we entering? We're entering into Atzilut world. And that's the whole secret. Before the created worlds. Before the birth, so to speak. You spend time in Atzilut, in your mother's womb. You're created, you're born. When you come out, that's a whole other trip. You're spending time in Atzilut. So I want you to get back into it, in other words. You know, like womb therapy. You know? Regression therapy to the womb. Maybe suck your thumb. Get into the fetal position. Recognize that the fetal position, the head between the knees, is the Ouroboros, the secret of all esoterics. Secret of all yoga, of all hatha yoga. How to enter back into this Tibor. You know? Umbilicus. Let's just do a little gematria here of Atzilut, because that's where I'm in today. And that's where I'm receiving much stuff because of my mistake yesterday of not saying a bracha for the head tefillin. And then I find out there is no bracha on the head tefillin. It's in Atzilut. And a lot of these other things. And remember, right after you put on the head tefillin, you have to say a Shema. And that Shema comes from my brother, Shimon, who is the, he's the person who's sending me the information on the Shema, which I'm going to delineate this year. Because the Shema is the big secret in Judaism. The other stuff's too complicated. The Shema, by the way, can be said in any language. So, that's the secret. 6 simple words, you know. Can't get simpler than that, can it? All from my brother Shimon. Let's get back into Atzilut. Secret is the Aleph in Atzilut. Talking about, just did this. Atzilut, these are the 3 created worlds, Osea, Yetzirah, and Beriah. And this is the Atzilut world. The 4th world, the Yud of the Yud He Vav He. And as you know, like in yoga or the OK sign, that very easily and naturally fits into the Yehida world, or may I say, Adam, Yehida is the soul, the Adam Kadmon world. Now, Adam Kadmon, Kadmon, starts with an Aleph, which we're going to get into. And so there's a relationship here. So we're getting into Atzilut world and the Adam Kadmon world, because the Kuf has a relationship to the Aleph also, being 100. So it's 1, 10, 100. There's a relationship between the Kuf and the Aleph. But here's Atzilut, Adam Kadmon. Atzilut, Also, Ein Sof, Ein, Aleph. Everything up there is with the Aleph. The Etziliut Gematria it's spelled Aleph, Zadeh, Yud, Lamed, Vav, Tov. That's 537. If we're going to add to that, I'm going to add to that, by the way. That's Etziliut, and I'm going to add Adam Kadmon, but I don't add Adam Kadmon in full here. I added how it's expressed. Aleph, then the quotation lines, Kuf. Aleph, Kuf, 101. The same gematria as the number of blasts of the shofar, same gematria as more than 100, and the same gematria as angel Mikael, which I've always known was my angel. That's the Mikael is usually of the right hand of Hesed, Gavriel of the left hand, Gevora, but Mikael is 101, so there's a strange correlation here of the numerology between 101, Adam Kadmon, Aleph Dede Kuf, 101, and the gematria of Mikael, who is the patron saint of Judaism. So I've added these two together, 537, that's this, and 101. And for that, that's 638. There's six letters in Etziliut, 2 letters in the Aleph and the Kuf. That's 8. That comes out to be 646, and that just so happens to be the number, the gematria of Elohim, when you have a 600 as a final mem. So Etziliut comes into, with Adam Kadmon, as is known, Adam Kadmon, Aleph, Kuf, adding its letters together, permissible, and comes out to be Elohim. Elohim is another word with an Aleph. And this understanding of Elohim, the understanding of the din of Elohim, is one of the great secrets in Judaism. It also represents the feminine side. So all these have Aleph potentials here. There's a lot of other stuff, but there's an opening up into the Adam Kadmon world, the Etziliut world. Let's forget about Adam Kadmon for a while. Adam Kadmon world, which is the Etziliut world, which comes from Abba and represented by Chokmah. And it's a world of the Sephirot, so to speak, and kind of like impressions and feelings way beyond the thoughts of Bria world, and the emotions of Yetzirah world, and the actions of Asaya world. And these are the lower worlds that are brought down by Bracha. And you bring them down from Bracha, from where? From Etziliut world. So let's get up there. Of course, if you're not ready to get up there, they've kept you from it this far. So, how to sensate? One of the things is that everything that's happening to you is brought to you by this ethereal world. And it filters down into thoughts, emotions, and actions. So you locate what happens to you during the day in this world. You know, this is the world of speech down here. These are the lower worlds. Up in the Hashmal, speaking silence, that's going to be a little higher. And complete meditation, maybe even higher. And the unifications that I've suggested help with those linkages in the ethereal world, so that you'll be able to recognize down here in the Osea world things that are happening. Coincidences that are happening are brought to you by linkages in other worlds. What you have to do, however, is recognize this, that everything that's happening to you is done to you. That's what Kabbalah means, to be a receiver. You know, a receiver. You know, in the Super Bowl, Edelman's going to be a receiver from the passes of Brady, from Brady. He doesn't throw the ball. He receives the ball. The thrower of the ball is higher up in Adam Kadmon or Etziliot world, or higher up, Ein Sof, world of Tohu, which we haven't spoken of right now. But down here is a Kabbalahista, like a barista. You're a receiver. That's what Kabbalah means. Let's not get too fancy, you know. Kabal hay. Receive the hay. You're a receiver. Open yourself up for reception. Make yourself available to receive. Tune in to your channel. I like that one. Tune in to your channel. And that's being involved in the Etziliot world. When you're able to tune into your channel, you'll realize that you're receiving these electronics, sounds, and dispatches from the Etziliot world. All this is happening all the time. What a beauty it is. The year of my brother's nefesh is over, and it's left. I'm happy for him.